It's Marjorie. Everyone, this is Marjorie Green. I'm excited to talk to you guys today. I want to go through the entire story of everything that's been going on. Have you guys been following 4chan, Q, any of that stuff? Anybody? It's a story that if you were actually to write this in a book, honestly, I probably would quit reading the book because it's so unbelievable. It's an anonymous person. All right, so Q is a patriot. We know that for sure. It's not just Democrat and Republican, left and right. You can dive down in that Civil War into deeper levels where we have basically the deep state is fighting back against President Trump, the loyal people in his administration, and the American people. Okay? I mean, is it going to be true that the child pedophilia in the elites in the Washington, D.C., is that what we're really going to see come out? Is it true? Is the type of corruption we're going to see come out, is it going to be satanic worship that possibly all these people are involved in?
Have you seen, and I've asked Will this before, the picture of Ruth Bader Gingrich walking through the airport? This woman has been drawn over for how many years, and all of a sudden she's walking straight up, right? It's a whole new person.
Almost like
Do
a
you
body
believe
double, like
that
Hillary
is
Clinton.
Ruth?
Yeah, like
Yes.
a body double for Hillary Clinton. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
So
I do not believe that was Ruth. No,
See?
I don't think so.
There's possible satanic worship,
like
and
us, but he's
maybe
a
that
fucking
all
clown.
these scary things that
House nigga.
that people talk about on
Dread.
what's considered conspiracy sites and conspiracy theories really may be true. But that's what Q has been telling everyone. We had witnessed 9/11, right? We had witnessed 9/11, the terrorist attack in New York, and the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania, and the so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon. It's odd. There's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon. But anyways, I'm not going to dive into the 9/11 conspiracy. Q is trying to tell people on these forums and 4chan, and he's trying to tell people the truth. And he does it through questions, asking questions, and giving clues. And so it's basically, you're going down the rabbit hole. You're following the white rabbit, and you're figuring it out. I've got a question for you. How do you get avid gun owners and people that support the Second Amendment to give up their guns and go along with anti-gun legislation? Maybe you accomplish that by performing a mass shooting into a crowd that is very likely to be conservative, very likely to vote Republican, very likely to be Trump supporters, very likely to be pro-Second Amendment, and very likely to own guns. Is that what happened in Las Vegas? Is that why the country music festival was targeted? I have a lot of questions about that. I don't believe Stephen Paddock was a lone wolf. I don't believe that he pulled this off all by himself. They destabilized the Middle East. That's what happened, okay? So that happened during Barack Obama's presidency. Okay, but let's keep going. Let's keep talking about whatever happened. Yes, I do believe he is a Muslim. And yes, Valerie Jarrett is too, and she's a big issue too. According to Q, now I'm saying according to Q, again, I don't have any proof of this, but we're talking about who is Q, so I'm going to tell you what he says.
Right.
According to him, many in our government are actively worshiping Satan.
Wow.
Or they call Moloch. MS-13, everyone. Under Obama came MS-13.
Guess what?
There's a lot to that.
They listening to a motherfucker named Q that they don't even know. We don't know who he is, but we know he's a patriot for sure. And what this patriot is saying, that all the people in the governments that are Democrats worship the devil and eat babies, dog. Yes, this bitch in the government, bro. And there's plenty more coming with her. And she got damn near 199 fucking House Representative Republicans covering her ass, and they with that. They about that. They all about that.
You have to understand, they had very good relationships with MS-13. MS-13 was basically like, they were kind of the henchmen of the Obama administration. They did a lot of the dirty work. Seth Rich was murdered by 2 MS-13 gang members.
And that's a goddamn lie. the self-rich they talking about was a Democratic someone that got shot and killed where I'm at, around the northwest, northeast area, Rhode Island, North Capitol, New York Avenue, in that area. All black folks. Yo, I feel sorry for them getting shot and killed, but there's no conspiracy theory. It could have easily been me that got shot and killed, and them niggas ran and left my phone, my wallet, and my everything on me. So it don't matter. But once again, these crackers is gonna try to rile this shit up and whip it around into some type of conspiracy about some motherfucker from the Secret Service came through and killed them and planted this, and it was all the Democrats did it to make the Republicans look bad and all this bullshit. And these crackers believe this shit and voted this bitch in.
That's what I mean by dirty work, okay? There's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
And another thing, MS-13, we don't even know what the fuck that is in D.C. And if it is, best believe they not around Detroit Park, fucking New York Ave, Florida Ave. They ain't around these parts. They over there in Adams Morgan, 16th Street, Columbia Road. So bitch, know the city. Talking about and the D.C., the Washington, D.C. What the fuck you mean, the Washington, D.C.? Stupid
To
bitch.
take this global cable of Satan-worshiping pedophiles out. And I think we have the president to do it. And so I'm very excited about that. Hillary decides to launch her political career. It's time for her to enter because, you know, she's being lined up. She's the next one in place, the deep state. They choose who their candidates are. They choose who they want to put in place. So she becomes senator in New York City. And yes, I could dive into Kennedy getting killed in the plane crash, because isn't it interesting that he had announced he was going to run for Senate just before he died in a mysterious plane crash. But anyway, so that's another one of those Clinton murders, right? These are interesting things to look at. And so I wanted to talk to you about them. I'm not presenting them that they're fact, but I am.
Bruh, I ain't never hit a woman in my life. But I swear to God, I want to punch this bitch dead in her fucking face, man.